How are you, darling? It's so lovely to see you. And thank you for doing the podcast.
No, I'm very excited to be doing this, actually. It's nice to see you and Matthew. Big fans of both of you. What's the podcast called?
Well, you are the host, Rob Beckett, right? So the Rob Beckett Smart TV, right, which is on Sky Max.
Yeah, the TV show we do on Sky.
So this is like the companion podcast.
So it's
do you see what I mean?
It's Rob Beckett's Smart TV podcast.
No, it's not. It's actually Alison Hammond's Smart TV podcast. In fact, I am going to make some changes.
That's not the name of the show. If it's you don't call it Joe Swash's I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here.
No. Well, listen, everyone knows this is Alison Hammond's Smart TV podcast, but we're just calling it the Smart TV podcast.
It's weird, this show. I don't know if you know this, Matt, that they on the show, obviously you work on the show as well.
Yeah, I work on the show,
They have Rob Beckett Smart TV. It's called On the Planner. They give me a little set of cards with Rob Beckett Smart TV on it. Every other bit of branding's not got my name on it. Like, I'm being cancelled slowly.
Well, I think it's confusing for the listener if we called it Rob Beckett Smart TV with podcast with Alison Hammond, because you're going to get a lot of DMs going, well, I listened to the podcast. They interviewed Richard Armitage for an hour and a half, and you weren't on it once, unless you were sat there. I mean, it's very unlike you to sit back on a podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Well, if I'm not asked a question, I won't talk. You know me.
Rob, what's some of the things that people can look forward to on Smart TV?
Well, Alison, you were there and you know this series. I'd say first series was good. This one, we've gone up a notch. We got the backing of the channel. We've got the belief from the guests. Do you know what I mean? The production staff believe in us. I believe in myself.
The audience is in.
The audience is in. It's an absolute smacker of a series. We got Motzi from the biggest show on BBC, Strictly. She's flirting with the gladiator.
Oh, I love her.
She's dancing with the gladiator. Which one? Nitro. You got it. Oh, what's that? The other biggest show on BBC on a Saturday night. Gladiators. Nitro from there. Yes, we're not messing about. Danny Dyer, megastar, takes on Josh's team on an EastEnders quiz.
Oh,
3-on-1. Dyer versus Widders. There was a cameo from The Traitors, Diane, Harry and Paul. Love that. Huge show. BAFTA winning show. They're
Wonderful.
on the show. We quizzed Richard Madeley on his hair routine, which was phenomenal.
Well, you quizzed him because you've got the same sort of hair now, haven't you?
Yeah,
you
I've got longer
literally
hair.
Richard Madeley.
I'm Richard Madeley. I'm a wider Richard Madeley. In views and waist. Now, Alison and Josh, you played... We also had you and Josh playing Delboy and Rodney on Angels and Horses, recreating...
We won't tell you who was the best, but you know. You all know.
And then we had you going head-to-head with Richard Madeley quizzing on This Morning.
Oh, my gosh, that was great.
What I loved was he didn't realise that you'd done more years on This Morning than him. And he was
quite shocked, wasn't he?
Taken aback.
He couldn't believe it.
He had to brush his hair. He was so confused by that.
I mean, what a series. We're so looking forward to it.
And Richard Osman was on there, quizzed on Midsummer Murders. Richard Osman, one of the biggest selling authors of all time, doesn't need to do it. He's loaded. He's got so much. He sold the rights to his book to Steven Spielberg, and he's coming on our show. Now, either they broke the bank or he was bored, because he don't need the dollar.
Well, that's the power of Rob Beckett Smart TV.
That's what I'm saying. Series 2, we're locked in, Alison.
We're locked in now. Everyone wants to be part of it. Begging, knocking on the door.
We're kicking them out. Sam Thompson and Zara McDermott camped overnight. Was like, maybe next series. Good luck on Strictly.
Okay, well, listen. Are you hoping to impress me with your perfect night of television? Because I might not stay and watch this perfect night of television if it's no good. If I'm not feeling it, you've got to impress me. Do you know what I mean?
Right, well, I want you to feel it, obviously. I think we already get on, and I think the TV will help. But does our relationship as friends matter in this, or is it purely down to the pics?
It's purely down to the pics, and it's also down to the environment that you're going to put me in, also down to the snacks that you're going to give me.
Okay,
I mean, it all goes into the pot, really. I mean, what type of TV did you watch when you were growing up?
When I was growing up, we loved comedy, and basically comedy and football and wrestling and boxing were the main things happening in our house. So we loved Only Fools and Horses, obviously. Then as we got older, I started watching Friends, but I got grief for watching Friends in my house.
Did you?
Because it was quite an alpha male, South East London working class house. I was... Richard E. Grant's popped in.
Unbelievable.
I love you.
Richard, what are you doing back here?
Richard, what are you doing here, Rich?
We interviewed you 7 hours ago, Richard. What are you doing back here?
I've been told to rejoin you to upload what didn't upload 7 hours ago.
Richard, upload away. Do what you need to do.
How the fuck do I upload? I'm going to call Tom, your producer, and he's going to take me through it. Goodbye.
Bye, Richard.
Later,
Lovely to meet you. I'm a big fan.
Sorry, Alex.
I love Richard E. Grant. Look at him. Just pops up there, look.
How cool is that?
What a guy.
He hasn't got a clue how to download, though.
No,
he hasn't got a clue.
No, so it's quite hard to follow Richard E. Grant, sort of jumping in on your Zoom.
It's just like Noel's
Did you ever do that on Zoom?
Suddenly celebrities just show up.
That was the weirdest thing. Tell me something. Was there a TV show?
All right, we're back in again. Sorry, it's this morning mode. Go get through your bullet points.
Was there a TV show or person who inspired you to be a comedian?
No, there wasn't. Next. No, there was. I can tell you. I'll answer the problem. Growing up, I used to love Richard Pryor and Billy Connolly, my favourite comedians, and also Bill Hicks. But we used to watch them and they felt so alien because Billy Connolly was this sort of musician that became a comedian that was wild and was a drinker. Then Richard Pryor had this crazy life with drugs and women and the police and all this crazy stuff and grew up in like a brothel and stuff like that. And Bill Hicks was this crazy political guy that smoked and had a cowboy hat and stuff like that. And I was so like, oh, they're so cool, but it felt something I couldn't do. But when I saw Alan Davis and Peter Kay, who are amazingly talented as comedians, but spoke about normal things, for me, sat at home on the sofa as just a normal kid, I was like, oh, there is a way to achieve what they've done, but in a more of a normal route and connect that way. So that for me was like, oh my God, that, and Alan Davis, he's more known for Jonathan Creek and QI, but as a stand-up, Live with the Lyric and Urban Trauma are amazing stand-up.
And have you ever met any of your heroes and thought to yourself, oh my God, this is amazing? And did they live up to your expectations?
Alan Davis, he's so lovely, Alan. He's really nice. And Ian Wright was my hero growing up as well. I met him and worked with him. But then it's amazing how quickly your heroes just can become someone at work. Where I met him and I was really nervous and stuff. And then I started doing a radio show with him, rock and roll football. And after a while, he used to turn up late. He'd forget to park his car. And you're like, come on, mate, stop taking the piss. It's 1:20. But all of a sudden, your hero's that bloke who's late at work. So, but yeah, Ian Wright and Alan Davis, definitely meet your heroes if they're your heroes.
Well, you're one of my heroes, Bows. I think you're one of the best comedians out there. You really genuinely make me laugh out loud.
Oh, that's very kind. Thank you very much, Alison. Did you read that, or is that separate?
Yeah, it was on the script right here. I'm only joking. That came from my heart, sweetheart.
Thank you, Alison.
Now, as you know, this is all about television, and this show's all about you describing to us your perfect night in television.
Yeah.
Okay, but before we talk about that, let's set the scene. Where are we watching it? Are we watching it in that room there? Because that looks like a living room.
No, hot tub.
Have you got a telly by your hot tub?
No, I haven't got a hot tub.
I got excited then.
I was going to say we could get a hot tub. I'll get a hot tub for you. I'll get an inflatable lazy spa and move the sofa for you.
Oh,
Alison.
no, because I can only stay in it for like 5 minutes because the chlorine starts itching me.
Okay, well...
So after a while...
there's no water in it.
We're going to be in a cold hot tub. Love it.
No, there's no water, hot or cold. It's an empty hot tub. No, okay. We'll be in the living room, the front room of our house, TV, and it's got proper sound, nicer sound system, so you can hear it properly. I have subtitles on when I'm watching something like a drama. I haven't picked a drama, but just because I find it when they're getting serious, and I love you, babe. It's all that talk, especially Americans. I struggle, so I do have the subtitles on for Netflix.
You struggle, do you?
I think a lot of people have. It's a bit of a debate that subtitles on at the moment. The younger people are doing it.
I do it. If we watched True Detective, we couldn't understand a word.
Yeah,
three episodes in, we were just like, we don't know what's going on in any episode. We watched an episode with subtitles on, got it all.
Exactly.
Maybe I should do that more often because I'm not have to rewind it.
And I'm not doing it for like this. No offense, on This Morning. I get it. You know what I mean? But. Alison's looks sad. Must be a serious bit. She's laughing loads. It's someone gurning. So, do you want me to tell you what we're eating and drinking?
Yeah, what we having? What's the snacks?
Okay, so I make a mean buffalo chicken wing with my own blue cheese dip with celery sticks. How do you feel about that?
It's a bit dry, and it's celery. I'm not really. I like.
No, it's a buffalo chicken. But that's just the accompaniment. You don't have to just...
I don't want the celery.
Right, you're really focusing on the wrong part of the meal.
No. All right, then. I'm happy with the buffalo.
Okay. But the only problem with that is you can't eat that on the sofa. So you would have to sit on the floor to eat that. I've got a beige sofa. Lou, don't let me.
Okay, can I not just put a towel down on me and put the
No,
on top?
we're not putting a towel down. No? Okay. No. You're not a wet dog.
This is where the empty hot tub comes in, right?
Exactly.
Sit in the empty hot tub. It's wipe clean. Get in there, eat your chicken, get out, sit on the sofa.
Wash your face in the chlorine, back out on the sofa.
Listen, let's go into the 3 picks. You've got 3 picks.
Yeah.
What's your pick number 1?
Pick number 1 is Bargain Loving Brits Abroad or in the Sun. I can't remember the full title. On Channel 5. Basically, it's a documentary about these people, normally from the north or Essex, that have moved to Benidorm for a cheaper life in the sun and retirement on a caravan park.
Right, Matthew, let's get into this show. Tell us a little bit about it.
So it is Bargain Loving Brits in the Sun. It's the ultimate feel-good show that follows thrifty expats living it up on a budget in Spain. Airing since 2016, this Channel 5 hit has run for over 10 series. Yeah. In 2022, its episodes reached over 22 million viewers in the UK. So you were in the majority there. A lot of people watching. A lot of people watching Bargain Loving Brits in the Sun.
I've never seen this show in my entire life.
Love it. It reminds me a lot of my childhood going to those places in Spain. It reminds me of my parents and their friends. My mum and dad are out in Spain a lot. You just get these amazing characters, and there's a lot of peak performers and people that run bars, and it's basically them trying to start a new life or do stuff, and normally it goes wrong or they're slightly mad. But it's that fly-on-the-wall documentary type of, they'll wander around this caravan park and go, look, I don't need to buy a sofa. I've just found this one. And then it'll be them trying to get it back into the caravan and it doesn't quite fit. But I just think the best sitcoms is when they get a certain character. They create a character that really connects with you and you've seen them a million times before in your life and they put them in really funny situations. I'm like, well, why mess about doing all that when these people are already in Benidorm? Just go and film them. And that's what they're doing. They're getting these real larger-than-life characters that they've cast that have moved to Benidorm. Some people make a go of it, but some people don't. But like when people go like, I'm going to open a bar in Benidorm, and I'm just like, I think there's enough. I'm like, I don't think that's what it needs. Yeah, like, and they've got like, well, I've got $6,000, but the rent's $8,000, but I'm going to try. You're like, well, I don't think that's going to. You're already $2,000 short. You've not started, but they will do it.
Brilliant.
So I quite like that. I love people with a bit of like with a dream.
Yeah. Would you ever consider moving out to Benidorm?
No.
Because I know you've got family out there, haven't you? You've got some family out there.
Well, yeah, I've got family out there, people on the run, whatever you want to call it. Mum and Dad go to this place in Spain. I talk about it a lot in my new tour show, Giraffe. Tickets are available. And I struggle to go there now because, one, it's full of English people from like where I'm from. So everyone sort of knows who I am. So it's quite hard work around the shared pool because it's a lot of chatting and conversation.
Yeah. It's like a job.
It is like a job because you turn up and everyone's like, but also on top of that, my mum and dad are almost famous at this resort in Spain. My brothers don't go for long because they don't get left alone for being Sue and Dave's boys. So it's almost like I'm Sue and Dave's boy, then Rob Beckett off the telly. So
that's mad.
You'll sit down around the pool and I'll get the odd what's Romesh like, what's that, Jimmy Kyler, what are they like, what's up next, telly stuff. But then my brothers will get like, oh, you've just recently bought a Nissan, haven't you? How are they? And my brother's like, who the fuck's this? And how do they know? And they're all lovely, but I like, when I go on holiday, I want to be left alone. I don't want to chat about my mum and dad or telly, do you know what I mean?
No, but you've got some good jobs on the go at the minute. That celebs go dating, that's a breeze in the park, isn't it? Well, it's sitting there, just slagging everyone off.
It's fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
But it takes so long. It takes like 2.5 hours to do one episode.
And are you like writing it there and then? Because it sounds so off the cuff, the way you do it. It's so brilliant.
So they give us a script that gets you from A to B because they've got to tell the story of the dates. Like so-and-so's from, you can't, because you need the information about the people. So they write a script that gets you from A to B. Phil Kerr, who's a brilliant comedy writer, will go through it and tweak it so it sounds like my turn of phrase and add in his jokes. So what I'll do is when I watch it,
so good,
I'll give my immediate reaction.
Yeah.
Then we'll do the script that's been prepared, and then if I think of anything else, I'll do that.
How much of your immediate reaction do they use?
A lot of the best stuff is immediate reactions because it sounds so real. So I don't read the script beforehand. I just get in there and do it on the fly. And then for safety, we'll get what's planned. But like the best stuff, we go, oh, for fuck's sake, because I've got to be saying exactly what the audience are thinking. So I watch it like the audience, but it takes ages. So it's 20 episodes a series. I've done 10 series. That's 200 episodes. It takes two and a half hours to do an episode. I've literally spent a week of my life in that VO booth. But now I've done it so long, and there's been like about 12 different producers that have done it. So it's difficult though when you've done a job for so long and it becomes second nature when they go, what about this, what about that, and you sort of know that won't work, because I'm like, it's not my first rodeo here. I've done 10 celebs for 10 years, like, so it's my 20th
rodeo.
Have you ever said that? Have you ever said, this isn't my first rodeo?
No, I wouldn't say that, but I have gone, I'll say something that's a little bit rude because there's too many F's in, or a little bit like crass, because I like it being really blue, because I think not much stuff's blue anymore. and then they'll go, that's too blue. I'm all right. And then they can you do something like that? And then I'll do something like that. But obviously it's funny because I'm saying stuff that you're not allowed to say on telly. So I'll do something that's a softer version. They go, oh yeah, that's not quite working. I was like, yeah, I've done the funny one. There's only a finite amount of funny, and we found it. But whether or not it goes on TV, yeah, that's it.
Okay, so bargain loving Brits in the sun.
I think you'd like it, Alison.
Is there any more trivia on this, Matthew, before we go?
I'm sure there is, yes.
There must be.
There's got to be. Come on, we've barely scratched the surface of the triv on this show.
Triv me up, mate.
Here we go. In 2023, Channel 5 ordered 136 episodes, securing it on the channel for another 2 years. So you think you've got to, that's 136 episodes in 2 years.
That is wonderful, isn't it?
More that's
work.
Watch.
That is work.
That is TV producing I want to do.
But that
feet up, enough. Get to Benidorm. What we filming? Fucking anything. 136 episodes, mate. Film yourself. I don't give a fuck. I've signed it off. Find a mirror. Find a mirror and a tripod, son.
Okay, so pick number 2. What you got for me? Hit me, babes. Hit me.
Okay, a bit of comedy now. I've loosened you up with a bit of fly on the wall. Comedy, sitcom. One of the best sitcoms of all time. I love the way it's filmed. Peep Show. Have you seen Peep Show?
No.
You've never seen Peep Show? It's so funny. Basically about two guys, very different, polar opposites, that have a flat share, and it's filmed from their point of view.
Oh, got ya.
So David Mitchell plays Mark Corrigan in it. If he's doing a scene talking to someone, he's right in the camera rather than most sitcoms. You know, obviously your eye line's the other actor. The other actor always disappear. So and it's so funny, so many quotable lines. I love Peep Show. It's one of my favourite.
Well, let's get into Peep Show, shall we? Matthew, what's the stats on Peep?
Well, it's the iconic British comedy that dives into the awkward lives of flatmates Mark and Jez, as Rob said, played by David Mitchell and Robert Webb. It ran from 2003 to 2015 with 9 seasons. It was a BAFTA-winning gem, and it became Channel 4's longest-running comedy series. However, despite the critical acclaim, it wasn't a massive sort of viewing hit. 1 million each series, pretty much, averaging around that. But obviously on DVD, it's had a life since then, and people have revisited it. And yeah, it's a genuinely kind of, it was a groundbreaking show, because you're not just it's not just point of view, but it's also hearing their inner monologues as well. So it's a brilliant way to do comedy.
Still not bad though. 1 million viewers. That's still not bad.
One of the best scenes is where it's like, obviously the POV, all you see is just a toaster, because that's the point of view of the character.
Yeah.
And he's buttering his toast, doesn't he? He says like, brown bread for main, white bread for dessert. But little do they know, I also like brown bread. And it's just like, to be able to write a line and just film a toaster and it'd be funny about someone delivering it is amazing. So I love Peep Show. The only thing is though, Alison, I've got to be honest here, I've never is this weird? I've never watched anything back in my life. If I've watched a show, I've watched it.
You just do it one time.
I will never go, I've watched Peep Show and I've loved it, but I would never on my own or with someone else go, should we watch Peep Show? Because I feel like I just can't go back.
Yeah, but you're going to go back because obviously we're going to watch it together, aren't we?
I know. I get what we're really hammering home the premise of this podcast. But what I'm saying is, to be honest, I'll be on the phone or something if this actually happened. But do you watch stuff back, or do you? I'm constantly.
I tell you what, I've watched back twice because I just loved it so much. I've forgotten it. What's it called?
Brilliant. Absolutely loves it.
Obsession?
No, Breaking Bad.
Really?
I've watched it twice, yeah.
I gave up on that.
I just loved it. You gave up?
Yeah,
right?
everyone's had such a hard on for it.
Where did you get to?
I just thought it was unrealistic that this little nerd fella would turn into a massive...
Are you actually joking?
On my life, I couldn't get on board with it.
How many episodes did you watch?
Can't remember.
It weren't very many. You need to push through to series 3 and 4.
Oh, fuck off, I'm busy. Push through. Push through.
Push through.
Push through? What, 4 series? How much time do you think
If you'll do it for this Dry Benidorm show, then you'll do it for that.
Listen, Alison, don't give away that you're not going to spend the time round at Rob's house, okay? Don't give away the ending. This episode is full of spoilers that Alison is not coming round your house.
Absolutely no. Do you know what, Alison? I don't want you around. I've decided, actually.
What makes you laugh out loud on your own? Would the Peep show make you laugh out loud?
It would have back in the day, but now what I've realised I love is authenticity and real reactions to things. So on TikTok, like I love the little TikToks where it's a clip. I saw one the other day that made me crack up where there's a guy, it's a fancy dress party for Halloween, but there's a fire in the block. So this guy, the caption says, when your friend dresses as a fireman for Halloween and the real guys turn up, and he stood there in this shit little uniform and these massive guys around him trying to sort the fire out. That moment, in wherever I can find it, and that's why I love doing, you know, podcasts like this or live stand-up, or especially with Romesh. Yeah. I know we could be in a situation and they put the producers at Bill is amazing and Jack, who moved on, but Jack and Bill were so good at finding moments for us to be in that would crack each of us up. So when we do mad stuff, it's like, do you want to go to a Korean spa where you have to be naked and be massaged? And I'm like, no, but I really want to see Romesh do that. So I'm willing. Yeah. So Romesh hates me because I always like I said, look, we're doing these amazing things. We're going all around the world to amazing places. We've got to do stuff that people wouldn't want to do because otherwise it looks like jolly. I used to hate that when I used to watch telly and I was skint.
I know what you mean.
And you see these people and they're like, they go around the world and they're just chatting, and having dinner. I'm like, fuck off. But it's like, right, he's got his dick out. Fair enough. You know, he's had to get his dick out in a Korean spa.
He's earning his crust.
Yeah, exactly. So we make sure in each episode, but it's getting out of hand. They set us on fire last episode, so it's we'll see what's next.
Tell me, are you more of a Mark or a Jez?
I think that's why it's such a successful show. Is everyone's a bit of both,
right? So
everyone has those moments where you are a bit of both. I think. I thought when I was younger I was a bit more of a Jez, but I'm a bit more of a Mark. I used to feel like I was a bit more loose like Jez because I'm terrible at admin and stuff like that. But I basically realised I'm just dyslexic. I did a degree in tourism for fuck knows why. Down in Canterbury, and I got offered this job and I lasted about 6 months. It was terrible. I used to work at this events company. I organised when I was 21. I flew these doctors from India to Pakistan for a corporate at the time when there was some real conflict going on. And I sent all these guys there, and the main guy didn't get there. And there was it was a big problem. The event couldn't go ahead.
Oh my gosh.
The whole company's job was to organise this event, and I didn't send the ticket to the main guy. I said I did send this ticket. The guy's lost it. So I really backed myself. Anyway, it all kicked off. The company backed me, and it was a big problem for them losing a big client, because in the end they just went their separate ways. And then about 3 months later, I opened the drawer and I found the ticket.
You're joking.
On my life. And then I saw it and I was like shaking. It was like the reverse of the Willy Wonka golden ticket. It was like, I was petrified I was about to lose my job. So I just said to my friend, I was like, I found the ticket. She went, what? She went, what? When I found the ticket, she went, right, pub. I went, yeah. So we went to pub for lunch. They had an open fire, so I just burned them. Anyway, when I was on shit money when I was doing that job, and I had a house share down there with people who didn't know or like it. They were so weird. And by the end of it, they would do my head, so I'd go in and just eat all their food. You know, like someone just eats all the food in the house share. I thought, why not me? I was skint. They leftover Chinese. I just smashed it. Yeah.
Would you ever consider doing a sitcom like something like this? I know it's.
Do you know,
you and Romesh is kind of like a sitcom. Watching you and Romesh on TV, like I can't wait for the next episode all the time. Like I feel like that's like a bit of a sitcom.
Well, I did a sitcom pilot years ago, like one episode that we did a pilot for it. It was about me having to move back in to my parents, but my parents had moved to a caravan, right? And it was written as I don't even know the words, but it was written as it should be. You'll know this, Matthew, you know this better. But it was written as it should have been filmed with a camera crew on location, not in a studio.
Yeah, single camera. You wrote a single camera. They wanted to do it as a studio.
Yeah, they wanted to do it as a studio. Basically, there was like, he's a working class comic. Let's get him in a studio. Could be the next Mrs. Brown's Boys, which the show wasn't written like that. So I was a bit naive and went along with it. And I did love doing it. But for me, it takes so long. So many people get involved. And then you film it, you edit it, you put it out. And I like the immediacy of, and like you have to learn your lines and all that. But I like love with Romesh and also doing the podcast and doing stand-up. It's all in the moment. Where I actually, if I've written a joke and 6 months later after we've had 5 meetings, 4 rehearsals and 3 goes of it on set, I'm so bored. I find it a little bit... What I wouldn't mind doing is coming in to play a part as a bit of a cameo. I turn up, do a few days on it, you give me the script, I bash it out and go. So if anyone's writing a sitcom they want me in, I'm well up for a few days.
But you just want a little cameo.
Yeah, it takes... And I want to spend time with the kids and I can't... To get it done properly, you've got to commit every day to it for 6-8 months. And I'd rather just... do little gigs here and there and jump in and out.
Yeah. Look, Matthew, before we leave Peep Show, have you got us a game?
I have got a game about famous double acts. All right. Okay. Let's see how well you know your famous double acts. Obviously, Peep Show starts.
Am I playing this as well?
Yeah, it's going to be head to head.
I'll be rubbish at this.
Well, that's why we want you to play it.
All right, then go on.
It's no fun just someone being good at this. You're a captain on a TV quiz show.
Go on then.
So, Peep Show stars the wonderful comedy duo Mitchell and Webb, David Mitchell, Robert Webb. So we're going to play a game about much-loved duos from the world of TV.
Right.
I'll say the first half of a double act, and all you have to do to win a point is tell me the other half, all right? Yeah. So we'll take it in turns. You do one each, okay? So I'll start with Rob, and then we'll go to Alison, all right? So it's going to be quick fire. Here we go. Start with you, Rob. Armstrong and...
Miller.
French and...
Saunders.
Smith and...
Jones.
Cagney and...
Lacey.
Laurel and...
Hardy.
Itchy and... Rob, chance to steal?
Scratchy.
Is correct.
Oh, damn.
Still with you, Rob. Antan.
Beck.
Oh, that's easy.
Mork and...
Mindy.
Terence and...
Oh. Stamp.
It's not Terence. No, that's one guy. I mean, that's how charismatic he is.
I don't know who that is.
Terence. It's Terence and Philip from South Park.
You didn't pass it to me. I might have known it.
Ooh, Alison, did you know it? Be honest.
No.
No, you didn't know. Okay, fair enough.
I don't watch South Park.
I appreciate your honesty. Alison, Hale and...
Pace.
Beavis and...
Butthead.
Rick and...
Oh, I've got it.
Rob?
Morty.
Is correct. Still with you, Rob. Captain Kirk and...
Spock.
Is correct. Scooby-Doo and...
Shaggy.
Yep. Tom and...
Tom and Jerry.
Bert and...
Ernie.
Mulder and...
Scully.
Keenan and...
Cow.
Oh.
Who won?
Well, I think it's pretty obvious it was Rob, wasn't it?
Oh, fine. Well done, Rob.
Rob Beckett is the winner. Congratulations, Rob.
Thank you very much.
Let's go in for our final pick of our night in of telly. What you got for me? Come on.
Okay, so
sell it.
My favourite thing to watch
God, I'm scared.
is live sport. Okay? Unfortunately, on Saturdays, due to draconian laws, you can't watch football at 3 p.m. on a Saturday, which is absolute bollocks. I want to start a petition. So, because you can't watch football, we're not going to find out the football scores, Alison, and we're going to snuggle up to Match of the Day.
You're not going to make me watch a whole Match of the Day, are you?
I'll be honest with you, Alison. I'll be watching it. I don't care what you do. Doom scroll your life away. I'll be watching Fulham Brentford.
I'm having my phone open. I don't care what you say. Give us the trivia on Match of the Day.
Come on.
So, Match of the Day, the iconic football show that's been an absolute Saturday night staple since 1964. It was actually originally intended as a one-off series, a trial run for the 66 World Cup.
What?
Yeah, so they think we'll do one series in 1964, just give us a bit of a run-up on the World Cup, see if it works, and it's been on our tellies ever since. There are over 2,500 episodes, so it's one of the longest-running sports shows in TV. I've got
to catch up on.
Are we starting on episode 1?
Yeah, 100%.
A complete... Back to 1964, we're watching episode 1, series 1 of Match of the Day.
Yeah, because you got to just push through series 1 to 52.
Oh my God.
Just like Breaking Bad, and then it'll get good.
I don't know if I want to do
And also,
this.
special treat, it's the end of the month, so you get to see Goal of the Month.
This is the driest thing. I don't even want to ask you any questions about it.
Do you know what, Alison? I'll happily sit on my own.
Alison, you have to host the show. I'm so sorry.
Okay, Rob, what is it about Match of Day that you love so much?
My favourite thing is the Sunday football, Super Sunday, that everyone in the world is watching this at that moment. That I find exciting.
Oh, you like
so
that?
You can
they
text
like the
your
fact
friends.
that you're doing it together.
Oh my God, have you seen this? Oh, what a goal! That's what I love. Match of Day is slightly different, but I love live sport. I love boxing. I love football. I would watch live sport over most TV.
So, okay, I like the way you sold that to me there, to be fair. Tell me something. Would you avoid the scores throughout the day then? You don't want to hear from anybody the scores?
So ideally I'm sat there when it's on, but I will avoid the scores, or say I'm going to get home at 5 o'clock. I've been out with the kids. Football kicked off at 4 o'clock. I'll record it from my app, get indoors, and then
you won't look at your phone.
You won't look at my phone. Phone goes in a drawer, and I just watch it and fast forward. But I try and catch up. If it's only 20 minutes, I try and catch up when it's like thrown. Do ya? Or if someone goes down with a big injury, I'm like, oh, lovely, I can get a couple of minutes.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
So it's more about doing it with everybody else. You want to be live. It's more about the community for you, really. It
is. It's like the human connection stuff that's really happening. That's why I love fly on the wall documentaries more so than drama and comedy. I love real. I love what is actually happening as opposed to a recreation of it.
When did you get into football, Rob?
As a kid, absolutely loved it as a kid.
Did you play?
I played in a team. It's weird though, my dad didn't really like football, but me and my brothers all loved it. So I just, I don't know, I just like what was on the telly. I think in South East London, Matthew grew up around that era. Everyone played football. It was just, that was it. It didn't feel like it was anything. You basically got a ball and went to the park. We used to go down to the rec and play, and you either played or watched people play. It felt like there was no other option. Really?
Yeah, I played football and I hated it.
Yeah, like everyone.
It's just what literally everybody played football. I played so much football that I couldn't stand the game. Didn't watch it. Didn't want to be playing it. But it's just what everyone was doing.
Even at school, they didn't even play rugby. They tried to do rugby with us, and everyone just threw it on the floor and started trying to play football with it. It was mental. And then
the misshaped ball.
But what's really weird is South London has produced more Premier League players than any other area of the UK. I'd class myself as a deeply average to poor footballer. But when I started playing with sort of middle-class comedians that went to Oxbridge, actually I'm quite good. But I was comparing myself to all the South London kids. And they're all unbelievable.
Have you ever done that soccer aid at all?
No, because they take it a bit sick. No, but I don't want to be shouted at by some bloke from McFly for not tracking back. Like, piss off, mate. I'm here to meet Del Piero, get a free football kit and raise a bit of money. I don't care about winning or losing, yeah? If it calms down a bit, I'll play.
Yeah.
Maybe next year.
I think you should do it.
I'll get a ponytail, Bobby Baggio.
Yes, do it. I like your hair at the moment. It's really nice. Are you going to grow it really long?
No. So this is basically the longest it's ever been and longest it'll ever get because I could actually do a ponytail. See that? And I think I don't mind it long at the back, but when you can start to get a ponytail, you go from hasn't he got nice hair to sex tourist.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I've got to ask Rob, where am I on that scale?
I'd say
you can get that in a pony.
If me and you were sat on a plane, right, with ponytails in,
they'd know.
They would go. They are going to Thailand for sex workers.
We have got to the section where I decide whether or not a night in with Rob Beckett is going to happen or not. Just remind us of the 3 shows that you've chosen for me. And you can also throw in anything else as a buffer, a sweetener to make me stay. Okay, show number 1 is...
Okay, Bargain Loving Brits in the Sun. Peep Show. Match of the day. The sweetener will be, Alison, 500 quid cash.
500? That's quite a good sweetener.
Yeah.
Cash.
But we do fall into the realm of me paying you for services. I don't know how that works.
Pay me for me to come over to your house.
Yeah, you just got to hug me. No sex, just hug me.
Okay, well, here is my decision, Rob Beckett. Here we go. Here's some tension music.
The suspense is killing me. I've mentally logged out.
Let's big it up a bit.
Yeah, sorry.
Rob Beckett, I've decided that I am not staying. No way.
Oh, I'm so disappointed. Thanks, guys. Wicked. Do you need my file? Let me know when it goes out. I'll put it online. Bye.
Thanks, Rob. We love you.
Cheers.
There's loads more episodes just like this available to download. If you like what you hear, please go ahead and give us a follow and a 5-star review. And if you love TV just like us, catch me, Rob Beckett, and Josh Widdicombe on Rob Beckett Smart TV, available right now on Sky and Now. I've been Alison Hammond, and this has been the Smart TV Podcast. Bye, Babs!